All right, Leo, here we go. It's time for another episode of my favorite soap opera, and views seem to be up on it. Ratings are up, so I guess it's a lot of yours too. It's the Leo soap opera. We got three groups of people watching the Leo soap opera. We got Leos who this has always resonated with as far as their person goes, or maybe for a few of them themselves, because I can't tell you apart from the soulmate. That's group one. Group two are the people that are just here because they like watching the Leo soap opera. Right? Okay. And group three are the people that originally thought that, and this is my favorite, the ones that originally thought the Leo soap opera, no, that's not my person. No. Who now realize after getting sugar-coated out there in a bunch of other readings that, yeah, it is their person. You know? It is. It's a very powerful angle on this cycle, this angle of Leo. Right? Okay. It's a general reading. It's for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I can't tell you apart from your soulmate. You're so close in frequency. It's unreal. I don't know who's who. You flip-flop back and forth, round and round and round, back and forth. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Roles can be reversed. They always can. But if you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. So what's going on? We had 11/11 portal. We got all runoff energies from October coming in here. We've had the eclipse. We've had the 11/11 portal. You saw what I pulled in the Friday and weekly readings for the Leo angle. I said your person's primed and ready to go. That's pretty much the way it looked in the weekly reading. Oh, he said past tense. Mom, he said looked. Past tense. Well, sort of. So it looked like they're primed and ready to go. Ready to get away from toxin. This energy, this incoming energy, whoever this belongs to, is not happy. Okay, we'll just put it that way. We'll leave the word toxin out of it. They're just not happy. This soulmate connection crossed their paths, and they ran from it because they were shut down. Probably due to a past hurt of some kind that they didn't learn the right lesson from. This person, this runner, this energy, if I may riff on it for a moment, is a runner. They run away from anything. When it gets heavy, they shut down. You know, it's the type of person, it's two main types of people that are like this, or how they behave. One is when things get heavy, they like brush it off and make a joke out of it, right? To kind of change the subject, a subject changer, right? The other one is one that just absolutely disappears. They vanish. Like they would vanish from the internet for months or something. They shut down. They hardly do anything on social media, for example. Or they disappear, run from things. They're a runner. In either case, they're a runner. Both of those energies are running. So, they're primed and ready to go according to the weekly reading. Yeah, that's the base energy. So what are they doing? I'm not even going to tell you the name of these cards. This is the surface energy. It starts with a hangman. Y'all know what the cards look like. Let me just flip book cartoon it for you on the surface energy. Leos. Hangman. This is someone here who's doing nothing about a new beginning because they're stubborn and they're standing still, doing nothing, leaving themselves out in the cold on 9 cups because of a smoke and mirrors show about their fucking marriage or their life or their relationship or whatever it is that is 10 of Pentacles to this person. That is the surface energy. You don't even need to know the name of the cards. Most of you do. You could just tell by the pictures in the Rider Waite. Y'all have been watching readings long enough. That's the surface energy. They're primed and ready to go. The energy is ready. What are they doing? They're doing nothing about a new beginning that they absolutely want and need. They're stubborn, standing still, doing nothing, leaving themselves out in the cold, maybe afraid to lose pentacles. But either way, leaving themselves out in the cold on 9 cups on a wish that they fulfill, that they made, a manifestation that they made because they want to have a smoke and mirrors show. They want to keep the status quo and in their 10 pentacles here. Why? Let's find out. That's just the surface energy. Any fuckwit can give you a surface energy reading. That's it. And any fuckwit could also take that pre-shuffle I just did and make it sound like they're coming towards you. That can easily be manipulated. That's why you don't do readings from thought. You don't try to please people when you do readings. You do readings from the soul. You read the energy. We'll see where we go here. I'm optimistic. Even though I don't seem it, I'm actually optimistic about this energy. because I don't think that smoke and mirrors show can hold. It's something I figured out. I think it was the extended for the mid-month that I did the other day, and where we were talking about a smoke and mirrors show. I don't think it can hold. I think this connection sees all the way through it. Let's go. Let's shuffle the deck. I'm here with Clem the Parrot. Just finished lunch. I'll take some of his energy and apply it in here too. It's powerful. Animals are very powerful. That's why a lot of readers keep cats around them and shit like that. Animals' energy, very powerful. Most animals are real good energy readers. Nothing like birds, though. Nothing on earth like birds. Owls in particular. Whew. I tell you what. Here we go. Let's see here. All right. First card out before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? What card do you think this is? And no, it's not the devil. But I said I was optimistic, right? They can't keep that smoke and mirrors show up. Boom. We're here because of a tower. This reading is all about a tower, right? I got that song again ringing in my head. It's from the 90s. I don't know who fucking does it. I don't care. I'm a rock guy. It's not really my kind of music. But this is the story of a girl cried a river and drowned the whole world, but she looks so good in photographs when she smiles. It's like this right here. This is why we're here. I don't think this person can keep that facade up. This connection sees right through it. That's what bothers this person. Oh, yeah, it does. What comes after that tower? Trying to distract themselves from a tower. Good luck. Right? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. It's like trying to argue with a hurricane. That's what they're doing. They're arguing with a hurricane. Right? It's trying to distract themselves. They can't distract. You can't distract yourself with work. You're doing your little cobblestones when there's a tower falling all around you. You're going to get hit in the head they're going to get hit in the head with a brick. I believe they are, from that tower. It's all falling apart. The 1111 portal, as I've told all the readings I've done today, the 1111 portal woke everyone up, especially these runners. Yeah. But this person does, that Eight of Pentacles proves my point from earlier when I riffed on the energy. They're a runner. When it gets heavy, if it gets too much, it's because they're shut down. When you shut down, you run from any time it gets heavy, they run. They don't want to feel. It ruins their whole smoke show. The whole smoke and mirror show gets ruined when they feel. But this person's capable of great feelings. Their soul is very deep. I always say, I like your person, whoever this energy belongs to. They're a very old soul. Might be older than me, but they're wasting it. They're wasting it. Imagine if they're like Luke Skywalker if he never decided to go hang out with Yoda and get the training. He just blew off his Jedi, legacy and all that kind of, just didn't do anything about it. Just shut down, whatever. Yeah. It's like he never did anything. That's this person. They got great potential. Here we go. Give me the soulmate cycle from the angle of Leo. Give me a Leo soap opera reading, universe. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why we're here as a tower. This card, the overall energy crosses the tower. It's mild by comparison, but it's actually pretty powerful for some reason. I don't know. The Page of Pentacles. This is a student. I said, what did I say? We've been seeing this card a lot. I've been seeing it all day, and this is the first reading I've used this deck today. It's coming up all over the place. Why? I think we saw it in the mid-month too quite a bit. Because the 1111 portal woke everybody up. All these energies from all the way back in October, all the way through the eclipse, all the way through the two eclipses, all the way through the 1111 portal. They're awake. Wakey time. They're learning, right? And this card here crosses that tower. It's the affecting energy around it. Not going to be able to ignore it, not going to be able to distract themselves. I said this was powerful, and I didn't look what was under it. I said, why? Why does this feel so powerful? It may look like a small card, but it's powerful. That's why. God, Source, the universe itself. You hear the bird? You hear him? He a Pisces, All right? Right there. God, Source, the universe itself. Judgment is fueling this right here. I just got done telling you, before I knew that was there, I said the 1111 portal woke everybody up. We've been seeing this card. It's crossing a tower, but this is absorbently powerful. That's why it's time. They're not going to be able to distract themselves. That Eight of Pentacles, you're not going to distract yourself from a tower. It's someone, the energy is primed and ready to go. And the pre-shuffle, the surface energy told us it's someone who's doing nothing but maintaining a smoke show. A smoke and mirrors show that their life is one way when it's really another way. And the 1111 portal has woken people up. And when that soul's awake, it's not going to sit in shit. I think that tower coming down is I think what's going to happen is that Eight of Pentacles, that came after the tower, after the cut. I think the guy, the little worker on that Eight of Pentacle cards is going to go, oh, fuck it. I can't take it anymore. And I think that tower is those bricks coming down on what's on their side. That's what I think. I think it's about time if that happens. Because this is an energy I like very much. I like the Leo soap opera. But it's also a very unhappy person, whoever this energy belongs to. Okay? Life didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. They did everything they were supposed to do, and life didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. Nothing seems to be working, but they hide it good. They're a good actor in their own life. All right? Right here's the energy around the connection. Right, your connection with this person. Right here's how they're behaving in the 3D. Now this is incoming energy. Roles can be reversed for about 20% of you. I'm talking to you. You're the runner. For about 20% of you watching, I would guess. All right? I hope not. I hope I'm just talking about your person. Right here, that's how the runner is behaving in the 3D. This is the soul, their soul. This right here is the message from the universe. It's red with the energy of the connection. Right here is the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will, especially with this person. I will clarify everything and throw some universe cards over the top. What's the energy around the connection? Let's just do it. I had no idea what's there. I knew it was fucking strong though. 10 swords. That is my Eight of Pentacles worker after the tower saying, fuck it, I can't work under this. You're not going to be able to work when towers are falling all around you. They can't distract themselves. The 1111 portal was some powerful shit. It's time that it opened, it woke people up. This is a wake-up call card. I use the phrase woke people up. And I get the card with blowing the horn. Hello? It's fucking mind-blowing. It's Archangel Gabriel here. Right? It's God's translator in the Bible, in biblical speak. Translates the word of God to the common man. This 1111 portal was the Sesame Street Hierophant with fucking Kermit and Oscar the Grouch and Cookie Monster and Elmo dancing around explaining the spiritual lessons. So much so even this idiot can get it. Whoever this is. I'm telling you. These cards are coming out for a fucking reason. 10 swords around the connection right now. Somebody is done. Somebody can't take anymore. I don't know who. Could be you, could be them. But there's an energy around the connection of, okay, if you don't want it, it's going to be dead. It's like when the auctioneer says going, and he's just about to say gone and slam that gavel. Once he slams the gavel, it's gone. We're at that point again. But it's also a person who just can't take it anymore. Right here. I don't think they can distract themselves from the tower. This is mind-blowing that this is here. Around this energy of the student. It really is. I knew this would be a powerful reading. How are they behaving in the 3D? How's this energy behaving in the 3D? I know how the bird's behaving. Poorly. Stop chewing your perches. Just watch the reading. Right here. 4 of Pentacles. Holding back. So how are they behaving? Well, what did I just got to... But this has to make sense with the pre-shuffle on some level. I said they're not doing anything. Nothing. Crickets chirping. Can't take any more is one of the energies there. They're holding back, keeping up the smoke and mirrors. Right? With a pentacle over the heart. They're not happy. This isn't a happy card. It's a card of the miser. They're miserable fucking people. I had a shotgun pointed at me once by a miser when I was a kid where I grew up. Apparently my ball landed in the wrong place. I think it was a frisbee actually. I always call it a ball, but I think it was a frisbee. I was never much of a ball kid. I liked frisbees though. Maybe it was a boomerang. I had a boomerang phase. Oh man, yeah, I love those things. Right here, soul position. What's going on with this person's soul? It's bookending the 10 of Swords. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, 10 of Cups. Look at that. Somewhere in a fucking fairy tale. Oh, there it is. I had Harry Chapin ringing in my head right there. It was right there. He's got a line in his song Taxi when he realizes who's in his back seat. Right? It's a song about a taxi driver. Harry Chapin's Taxi. It's a song about a taxi driver who in San Francisco, I believe, who picks up a lady, you know, and he doesn't realize that it's someone he used to know a long time ago. She's a big famous actress now, but he realizes who it is, and he starts telling the story of who's in the back seat. He opens it with, "It was somewhere in a fairy tale. I used to take her home in my car." Right? We learned about love in the back of a Dodge. The lesson hadn't gone too far. It's somewhere in a fairy tale right here. It's the 10 of Cups book. It's 2 10s. What does this mean when it falls into soul? Again, this person does not want this connection to be over. They don't want it to be over. I just mentioned Star Wars earlier too. You're their fucking Obi-Wan. You're their only hope at this picture. The soul knows it. It's screaming at them, through dreams probably. You're probably popping up in their dreams. I could pull every sign, and every sign would get some sort of a message of the runner is in the dreams, you know, in a dream state. Look at this. I've got in the middle, this is them in the 3D, holding back, insisting that everything's fine and they're great, yet that horn is like the tower. You can't ignore it, right? And right here, this is the Page of Pentacles. It's my student. They've learned. They can't take anymore. I got a tower falling. I got somebody trying to distract themselves. They're holding back, insisting that they're happy. It's fake happiness. The only real happiness is dead. The happiness on their side is smoke and mirrors. And the real happiness is dead. It's crickets chirping. They're not doing anything about it. This pisses me off. It does, at a very high level. Because I like this energy. It's a shame. What the hell's happening here? It was somewhere in a fairy tale. That's how they think of you. That's why that line's important. Right? You're somewhere in a fairy tale. You're something out of the ordinary. Something that this is the way their life was supposed to be. They did everything they were supposed to do, but it's not. But because of a past pain for a lot of them, or because of how they were raised, maybe in pentacles, or, you know, pentacles are important, or whatever, who knows? They put 10 swords in this connection, but they don't like it. All they're doing is trying to dream it back to life here. What's the universe want to tell us? It's red with 10 swords. Maybe we'll get some, the King of Swords. You know, oh man. I don't even know how to read that energy. There's like a squiggly line of energy in between these two. Normally these two are read together, but this is two separate thoughts. It's like the universe wants to talk about all of it together. Anything that... The King of Swords is sometimes my King of War. In a sense of anything... Look at this king, right? Would you want to fuck with him? No. Anything that they see that could come in and disrupt their world, they put a sword through. Whether it's without checking out whether it's good or bad first. It's not just you they do this to, it's everybody. Okay, I need to see some kind of energy with this coming to an end. Oh, I know they know. I know they're awake. I know they've learned something here. And especially after the 11/11 portal. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of movement here. I'm seeing a defensive son of a bitch right here. Alright? Yeah. Okay. Alright. We're going to clarify. What's the potential final outcome? Red with the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, I haven't looked, but don't... Normally I'd say their soul's awake. You know, that's only if it's here. Right here in the final outcome, the Hermit doesn't exactly scream communication. They know. They fucking know all of this. They don't want this to be over. They have to keep you in dreams because they're hanging on to something that they feel like they have to hang on to. And if anything gets close, they'll cut it out. They'll even trash you to other people just to make sure other people don't know that they're still dreaming about this. The connection is crickets chirping, but it's anything but crickets chirping in the 5D. You know, it just, this person here just kills anything that might make them happy. The way, I don't even have the words. Okay, the Hermit, we'll find out. We're going to clarify. I don't even know what the fuck I'm clarifying with yet. I'm going to let the bottom of the deck tell me. This is a Magician, and this is the Five of Wands. This is what we clarify with, because it's it's the smoke show. The smoke and mirrors. Look at that. It even shows up here. They're doing nothing, the Four of Swords, but keeping up a smoke and mirrors show. Right? Got to hide from the hiding. All this hiding. What's the Ten of Swords here for? Tell me about it. What's the Ten of... There is no way this energy can sustain. The universe is clear about that with Judgment and the Tower. The only thing keeping you two apart is whatever energy this is, coupled with the Eight of Pentacles that came after the cut. So I'm going to find out what's going on here. Why is the Ten of Swords here? Why are you putting 10 swords? The energy of the connection is 10 swords. All I can say is it hurts. That's how I feel it. I feel it as pain. That's all I can say. Why is the 10 swords here? Why? Why? Because somebody's leaving. They're doing. There it is, the Five of Pentacles. They're leaving themselves out in the cold. They're just, it's what I told you in the pre-shuffle. It goes deeper. We're deeper than that. And this is bookending this. They can have this. It's not somewhere in that Taxi song. Harry Chapin could have had the person too. It's somewhere in a fairy tale. Sure, it was somewhere in a fairy tale. But there's also another line in that song where she says, we really must get together soon. And he says, but I know it'd never be arranged. You know, it's like, it's so hard to pinpoint the energy and why that's coming through. But it's like this person thinks this can never happen, when in reality it can, and the universe is clear on that. This resets to a reconciliation energy. It has the potential to, but it keeps getting stalled by somebody who's worried about pentacles. They might lose too much coming towards you. Here I got 5 pentacles. I got 4 pentacles here. Pentacle over the heart. What the fucking hell? 4 swords doing nothing. Why is the 4 swords here? There's our Magician. Look at that. They came back. And I shuffled pretty good. All right, this happened in the mid-month reading too, with another deck, I think, or I don't know, maybe it was this one, where the cards I had randomly at the bottom came back after a fairly decent shuffle. Again, it's all their fault. They're doing nothing. They're keeping up some kind of smoke show, right? They have the potential. This is a card of action. It's the Magician. It's yellow. It's forward movement. They have the potential to do this, but they're not. They could bring this in, but they're not. We have to find out why. So let's find out why. In the 3D, what's going on? 4 of Pentacles. Why are they holding back? And I'm not even asking for clarifiers. I don't give a fuck. I'm asking for why are they holding back? I'm asking a specific question. It's almost a separate reading. Okay? Because I want to know. This doesn't make sense to me. The reading is solid, but the energy, this person, why are they like this? They're not going to be able to block this out. I don't know why they even bother it. What the hell? Why are they holding back? Okay. 2 of Swords is the crossing energy here, which I have to pair with the 4 of Pentacles under the question of why are they holding back. They're confused. I'm confused when I look at it, so they must be confused because I have to swim in the energy to do the readings. Why? Once we flip the deck, we see what's on top. Page of Wands. Why's the Page of Wands here? The Hierophant. They're confused by, they're confused by everything that's come, everything that's come up from 11:11. The trumpet sounding, right? Wake up. Wakey wakey, the Sesame Street Hierophant, all of it that showed them how to, that we were talking about in the 11:11 reading, where the spiritual lessons are easy to understand. There's the Hierophant right there. The universe is saying because they're just too emotionally immature to properly process the information. Okay? This person is a fucking runner. Whoever this energy belongs to, the moment it gets heavy, they run. The moment that they feel anything, they run because it threatens their entire existence. It threatens everything that's on their side, that the way they've been living. And for some reason, and the way they've been living, they're miserable. They're unhappy, but for some reason they feel the urge to protect that. Why? Probably because it's what they were supposed to do. People do this all the time. They get core programmed as a child or in their young adulthood going through life. And they get this notion in their head of what they're supposed to be doing. And even though it's wrong for them, they keep doing it. You see people all the time. People do not, and I will teach you this until my dying day out here, I swear to God. People do not like to admit they're wrong. And if you take anything away from Steve's Love Tarot or this connection or anything I pull on, be someone who's willing to admit when they don't know or when they're wrong and change direction. This is a classic example of a runner who just is, they know they're going down the wrong road, but they just keep fucking going down it. They don't stop the car and turn around and get back on the road. They do it to themselves all the time. And we've had plenty of course corrections, especially back in September, where the universe put them back on the main road. And they still, Toonces the driving cat, their way right off the side of the road and start going the wrong way again. And the damn bird is agreeing with everything I'm saying. And he a Pisces, you know. The universe doesn't think they're emotionally mature enough to process what's coming from the Hierophant. She's not listening to the Hierophant. Right? This is my party girl. Right? She don't want to listen to this. She can't even process what he's saying. She's high. Alright, 10 Cups. They are dreaming about you. A lot. They're thinking about you a lot. They're looking at your pictures a lot. They know that this is what you're supposed to have, but anything that gets close to threatening what's on their side, they put a sword through it. And the Hermit is proof that they know all of this. The Hermit, again, there's your person's old soul that I like, showing up here in the final outcome. I can't wait to see what happens when we clarify the Hermit. Why is the 10 of Cups here? Tell me about the soul energy. This is why Leo readings are complicated. It's why I want you to be careful. I thought for a long time that this was a very specific energy that the universe is sending me for Leo readings. But I went around and watched a few Leo readings from some of my favorite readers, and I don't think that's the case. I think this is tough energy to translate. Okay, it is. You got to be real careful here. You got a person who's got the lessons. They get it. They regret it. They know that you're this picture, but they can't process the lessons properly. So anything that threatens, this is a runner. This is a runner by nature. Okay, this is someone who is shut down. It's like Fort Knox, right? And most people, and this is what confuses them about you. I'm going to riff on this energy for a second. Most people don't bother trying with this person. Not like you. You're still there. Your energy is still there. Most people pull their energy back to come near this person. They know they're shut down. They know that they don't. This person attracts superficial people in general who are okay with the fact that they don't really get to see the depth of this person. Right? But your connection does. Your connection sees through it and forces them to see that they have a lot more depth than what's around them. And the moment they see that or feel that, they shut it down. They put a sword through it. It's one of the most shut down energies of any of the 12 angles around this cycle. Leo is the angle of Leo. This is a very shut down person. All right? They're basically Fort Knox. You know? There's a reason that people don't bother robbing Fort Knox. There's a very good reason for it. If you manage to get past the fences and the armed guards, there's a multi-ton door you still got to get past. It's too much work. It's too much work. So their tactic of shutting down and running works. Usually the person goes away, right? And they're safe. Their little smoke and mirrors show is safe. But you are different. This soulmate connection is different. It won't fucking go away. Every time they poke their head up out of the hole, there you are. You know? And it's still there. They can't get you out of their mind. They can't get you out of their soul. They try to block you from the mind, but 1111 didn't even allow for that. So, again, this is crossed, and I say all this because this 10 of Cups is crossed by 6 Cups. It's 6 Cups, it's all that past life energy. This person thinks about you, dreams about you. This is a very dreamy card in the Light Seer deck, right? He's thinking back to when this dog was a puppy and when he was young, right? There's past life energy here on crack that's coming through. This person must be, and if they're trying to shut it down into 3D, they can't shut it down into 5D while they're asleep. This person is just feeling this shit on a high level. What's on top? Yeah, the Page of Swords. Whole lot of fucking just massive spying energy here. Spying energy doesn't mean that they're necessarily looking at your social media or anything. It could just be looking at your picture, or it could be dreaming. This is just backing it up here. I mean, look at the picture on the card, right? It's somebody with with light bulbs that are balloons, reading a book. It's all very dreamy here. It's all very unicorns and rainbows. Why is the Page of Swords here? It's King of Pentacles. Oh, again. You go against something. I know I'm right. I don't need you to tell me I'm right. Good Lord Almighty. He a Pisces, you know. You go against, in the soul, how do I phrase this? I'm gonna separate it from soul energy for a second so I can explain the energy more clearly. Whatever represents stability to this person, you are the exact opposite of it. They never thought they would run across somebody like you. You're like, I mentioned rainbows and unicorns just a moment ago before I threw this King of Pentacles. I said this energy is very dreamy. It's a lot of rainbows and unicorns. You're a fucking unicorn for this person. That's what it is. They never thought you existed. Someone like you. Someone like, or a connection like this. I think for a lot of these people, if your person's married, they thought who they married was a fucking soulmate. They thought they had found a soulmate, something magical. Like I often say with this Leo angle, there might have even been a wedding on a hilltop, right? It could have even been something like that, up in the clouds, dreamy. Yeah, well, real world hit them like a ton of bricks when it's not as fun. Once all that's over, you know, fantasy land is over, we come back down to reality where there's bills and there's life and there's arguing and there's whatever. There's a lot of fighting if your person's married or in a relationship with somebody. It's a whole smoke show going on their side. You're a unicorn. And that's what's confusing to this person. That's why we had the Two of Swords, old Sarah Gilbert crossing there. You're very confusing to this person. And they're trying to distract themselves away from what the Sesame Street Hierophant to the 1111 is showing them. And they can't. There's a tower falling and there's a horn blowing. A very powerful horn. The Judgment card and the Tower are far more powerful than 8 Pentacles or this little party girl or this little 4 of Pentacles here. Alright, and this card is crossing this card, the student, your person being the student, and then all of that is crossing the Tower in my reading. So there's a lot of energy here. It's the easiest way I can describe that. Now, let's talk to the universe about the King of Swords. Because I said, this is like my security guard card here. Every person's a runner. Anything that gets close that might threaten what their perceived security is, right? That they hold on for dear life. The smoke and mirrors show. Anything that might threaten it, they put a sword through it. They did that with you. They put a sword through it, but you won't go away. You won't. They hide, and every time they pop up, poof, there you are. Now, this is the energy of your connection. Now, you've seen me go back to things a few times. Energy's always in layers. All right? If this is a reading, it would be impossible for me to tell you all the ties, all the energy ties that go. It looks like a spider web, except the spider was high on crack. Okay? It literally is, the energy that's through here is a spider web, a million pieces long. I mean, it's just unreal. So I'm just trying to break this energy up as best I can for you to give you a cohesive reading. But everything I've said is valid. You know, at its core, I don't know why they behave the way they do. To be honest, we pulled Dr. Phil on them when I have done extendeds for you. And, you know, again, we get somebody who just either was led to believe something when they grew up in a rich, almost like it could have been somebody who grew up where, this is especially hard where if they had parents that pushed them to succeed and do things and, you know, things along those lines, I can see that. Or if it's somebody who's been hurt and just didn't process it, something caused this person to emotionally shut down whoever this energy belongs to. Whatever it was, it's the problem. Usually they hide, they don't give the affection back, they cut it out, and that energy goes away. With you, you're still there, because what they don't realize is this is a deep soul connection. It's what their soul realizes, but they're in the 3D still thinking they can hide in a hidey hole, and then when they pop their head up, you'll be gone. No, that's not going to happen. They're going to have to address this. They're going to have to be vulnerable and say something. Say what they need to say. They're going to have to allow themselves. This connection is here to open this person up. Let's pull on this King of Swords because I'm done shuffling. Yeah, Jesus Christ. See, you threw a monkey wrench in everything. Normally this king got their shit together. Nope, not interested. I'm keeping with what I've got. Believe my smoke and mirrors show everything is great on my side. Here's this king right here putting the sword through it. But you come along because these are red with your connection, and this happens. They're short-sighted if they think here. This is self-sabotage. In putting a sword through you, the energy, several layers. The top 3 layers of energy are: 1, putting a sword through you is self-sabotage. They're ruining something where they could actually have this 10 of Cups. The other energy is this person here thinks they can hide, and you'll just go away like everyone else does. One of their tricks that they pull, right? And it doesn't work. It hasn't worked on you. The other energy is they think they can distract themselves or try to find someone else who's like you, and then they won't have to come in and deal with this, and they can have their cake and eat it too. Nope, that's not happening either. All of it is short-sighted on this person's part. What's on top? Queen of Cups. Yeah, there's too much love here. They never, again, the universe's message is clear. They never expected, you're a unicorn. It's the easiest way to phrase it. They never, you know, a unicorn, we can talk about unicorns all day long. We can unicorn this and unicorn that, but you don't actually think you're going to go out in the woods and actually find a unicorn one day on a hike. Well, that's what happened here. You're the fucking unicorn. You were standing there. It really is. There's a lot of love here. You can't just cut this out. They feel it deeper. There's water underneath the surface here. They feel it deeper than just, you know, someone they got the hots for. It's not what this is. Or someone who has the hots for them, you know, a little crush or something. They may have originally panned this off as a little crush, possibly. And that's a mistake. Queen of Cups, why is it here? 6 of Pentacles. This person's just very pentacle focused, but this is a weaker card. There's no other way to put it. There was another card that wanted to come out, and I swear to God, it's the Hermit. You know, they put their soul in, one of the messages from the universe here is they put their faith in the wrong things. I say that about this person all the time. They put their faith and trust in the wrong things and the wrong people, and then wonder why they got hurt. And what they've done, what they're doing is backwards. They're shutting out the wrong thing. They're shutting out the wrong thing and keeping the wrong thing. We just have to, again, I've got a Hermit here tied to this. Their soul is trying to talk to them, trying to use dreams to talk to them. It's a very dreamy state here. Here's the Hermit in the final outcome. It doesn't exactly scream communication. Let's find out. What's the final on this week's Leo soap opera episode? It's going to be a cliffhanger, I think. And you know, I'm gonna double clarify this. I'm gonna clarify it with the light seer, and then I'm gonna clarify it with the witches. I don't know why. I just got the notion to do it. Go with the flow of energy. You get the notion, go for it. The Hermit, why is it here? What's the light seer got to say? 9 wands. They are defensive to any soul energy coming up. They don't even like these dreams when they wake up at night. After they wake up from the dreams, they're not happy. They probably have a feeling of loss when they wake up from the dream. Because in the dream, it was somewhere in a fairy tale, right? But when they wake up, it's back to this. And normally the King of Pentacles is a good card, but not for this person. You know, again, I often say this. It's like a young person that married an old person, because that's what they wanted, the security, you know, some kind of daddy or mommy complex, and it backfires. There are dozens of, and I know not all of you are in that position, but there's a couple of you watching where your person married some old person, someone old enough to be their mommy or daddy. It comes up here all the time. And whether that's an actual thing or not, there's a psychology behind it that can translate into any situation. It never works out. Lots of papers written about it. But what they're missing is the point. Whether they did that or not, there's an energy here that translates into they get a second chance. What do I mean by that? I mean, this connection could be in your person's life to give them a second chance to get it right. They got it wrong the first time, right? And now this connection comes in and shows them that unicorns are real, so they got a chance to get it right should they choose to take it. It doesn't have to be with you, with the connection. This connection is here to show them something. How does that translate to somebody marrying somebody old enough to be their mommy or daddy? It translates because mommy and daddy usually die before the kids. So, quite frankly, it's that kind of energy, that frequency of energy translates into a second chance. When that person passes away, you usually get a second chance at a life. There's usually another marriage that comes after it, or another relationship that comes after it. So you get a second shot. And if they don't learn this lesson here and what these feelings feel like, they'll just repeat the process again and find another of the same energy and cling to it like a blankie for security, right? So that's why they feel that it's a little disheartening that they feel bad when they wake up from these dreams. They feel and they don't like them. They don't like it because it makes them, so they put up a wall. They're putting up a wall to the soul rather than letting the energy flow. You know, let's say, for example, your person, just an example, this person is married to somebody old enough to be their daddy. Okay? Let's just use that as an example. Then, fine. By putting up a wall and not feeling this, they don't have to do anything about it right now. They could learn the lessons that this soulmate connection has to teach them and grow their energy and just say, well, I'll get it right next time. You know, because they are going to get a second chance. Because if they're 20 or 30 years apart in age, that's 20 or 30 years without that other person. You know, that person will probably, statistically speaking, go 20 or they'll have 20 or so years without that, a quarter of a century pretty much without that person to have a second life. It's the same thing even if they're not married to somebody older than them. There's some sort of second chance energy floating around here. I always say the universe is trying to help, and I see it here with judgment. The universe is really trying to help this person, whoever they are. There's a misery there's a pile load of unhappiness that comes off of them. And it's out of balance energy. You know, it's not like the universe has sympathy for them and is like, oh, I want to help this. It's just their energy is just so fucking out of balance. And in nature, energy tries to balance. That's all it is. But they keep putting up a wall. We even see it here with the hermit that wanted to come out with this. Their soul is screaming at them, but what they're doing is they're running a sword through it. What's on top? Five of Wands. Again, fighting it every step of the way. Why is the Five of Wands here? Two of Cups. Fighting what? Fighting what? Why is the Five of Wands here? This. Two souls are trying to come together here. Don't take that as, oh, we're destined to be together. No, the universe is just trying to teach this energy something. And in the process, the DF side, the non-runner side, we'll call it, is learning a lot here if you use this as a cautionary tale. This, of all the readings that I do, sometimes I get redacted by the universe. In other words, it blacks things out because it's not for the greater good for people to know. In the Leo readings, it gives me everything. It doesn't, it's like getting a government document that has nothing blacked out. I get to see everything. And I know that you can learn a lot from this runner. I mean, a lot. This is really what happens when you keep driving down the wrong road. And when your soul is screaming at you, you fight it and hit it with a stick. All right? There's a balance that's trying to happen. I just got done telling you how out of balance this runner is. This is balanced energy. And that's what they're fighting. The secret is them waking up from this dream and going, I have to have that. I have to make that a reality. You know? Rather than saying they can't, or fighting it, or making excuses, or feeling bad about it. This person can convince themselves of a lot of things. They're one of those people that can. I wouldn't even be surprised if your person is an actor in some capacity. They seem to have some sort of control over, and they don't have to be, of course, but they seem to have some sort of control over their emotions, which is something that's essential if you're an actor. The problem is, as with some actors, having control over your emotions works wonderful with a script. It's beautiful when you have a script and a director yelling at you. It's really bad, though, if that's all you can do. Because the real world doesn't have a script, and that's this person's fucking problem. There's no script in the real world, and they're trying to be an actor in their own life and put up this smoke show, but there's just this energy of unhappiness that comes from it. It's better, I call it the Leo soap opera because it's better than any fucking soap opera on TV. I think Hollywood should write the Leo soap opera. I think it should be a goddamn TV show. I tell you what. Alright. I said I was going to clarify with the light seer, and I'm clarifying those cards. I'm clarifying the hermit now with the witches. Where's my crossing card here? Okay, original crossing card is this. And again, if you want more, underneath that 9 of Wands, that wall was 7 Wands of defensiveness. Look, I know what I'm talking about here. So the next set of clarifiers is from the witches. Why is the hermit here? This is very rare that I do this, but it's like going to a doctor and getting a second opinion. Okay? Fine. Oh. Jesus. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Thank you. He a Pisces, you know. Three of Cups. Nice card, right? It's crossing a 5 of Wands and a Devil. I mean, this is cock-blocking celebration. It's saying the same thing in its own fucking way. What's on top? The Star. Delaying. They're just delaying a manifestation that they made. I know. He a Pisces. They made this. They manifested this. At a point of break glass, in case of emergency unhappiness, they manifested you two to come together. Why is the Star here? Justice. They're just delaying the inevitable. There's this right here. As soon as that card hit the table, I got divorce out of it. Quite frankly. I mean, somebody here is just, but really it's saying the same thing. We ended, your last card out from the Light Seer was the 2 of Cups. I talked about balance. This is balance. This is justice. The scales of justice. They're balanced. Balanced energy is happiness. Both decks. 2 decks of cards tell me about somebody who's delaying happiness. Right? I got 5 Wands here. I got a 5 Wands and a 2 of Cups, right? I got 5 Wands at the bottom from this deck. I got a Star delaying, and I got another card here that's just like the 2 of Cups, only more powerful, equaling balance. Saying the same thing. Second opinions all the way around. I've got 3 Cups. There's celebration, which they're fighting and getting in the way of, because that's crossing it. And underneath that is the fucking Devil. It's all some kind of past pain that this person refuses to look at, just shut down, or they refuse to change. They're just a stubborn son of a bitch that's unhappy. Alright, now let's, you know what? And randomly at the bottom is the Lovers. Man, the universe is really trying here. Let's go ahead and pull 3 cards from the universe and we'll get out of here. I've given you all the energy that's here. There's nothing else I can tell you. Do I see them coming towards you? Are you going to watch a bunch of readings where somebody's coming towards you out there? Probably. I don't know what energy they're pulling on. But I can tell you, this person is a runner and a hider. Eventually, they're going to realize all of this. The Star tells me that. Okay? And Justice tells me those are two very powerful major arcana cards. The universe is really trying here. They can't ignore a Tower. I said I was optimistic, and I am. I'm in this energy update, I don't see a lot of communication. What do you want to tell Leo before we go? Give me 3 cards from the bottom. What do you want to tell Leo? Yeah, there's potential here for victory. 6 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and there's the Angel. There's Temperance crossing the 10 of Pentacles. Somebody here just needs to come to their senses. Every time, what do I mean by that? They need to cut something out. The Queen of Swords, see how pensive she is? She's thinking, right? I'll tell them, don't worry. Somebody here, the universe is basically saying victory will come when somebody calms the fuck down and looks at their 10 of Pentacles from a point of reality instead of the smoke and mirrors nonsense they have in their head, fairyland and gumdrops and shit that they have in their head about it. Once they come to their senses, they will do something about it. They will cut the proper thing out. But until then, this person is defensive toward anything that, they just refuse to. Again, like I told you, they can convince themselves of anything. They really can. This person has spectacular control over their emotions. I don't know how. And again, for some of you, they might be a fucking actor. I don't know. But if they're not, they should have been. Can I put it that way? Because it is. It's terrific control. But the problem is in life, sometimes life comes at you fast, and sometimes it throws you a unicorn. And sometimes, and also when you realize you're going down the wrong road, you've got to admit you were wrong. They got to admit that what's on their side is just a smoke show. Until they come to their senses about their 10 of Pentacles, there won't be any victory here. But once the universe is actually saying that they will come to their senses about their 10 of Pentacles, and there will be victory, and there's probably going to be a conversation here. It's not saying when. Cards are terrible predictors. In fact, they can't predict timing. But I'll see what's under this. Yeah, the Devil. The Devil is crossing the Angel. Again, I did not know that was there. I read the energy first. Why is that important? Because I've been saying about this Temperance card, when they come to their senses. Angel energy cancels out Devil energy. Right now, the Devil is crossing the Angel. So these two are fighting. Once the Angel wins, like it always does, they will come to their senses about their 10 of Pentacles. And until then, they just deflect. It's what they're doing. It is what it is. That's your reading. It's honest. It's good. I want you to take it to heart. I don't want you to get a bunch of false hope about this person. They need to. I'm not saying they will never wake up. I don't know how they're not awake between a tower falling and that horn blowing. But they're still putting up a wall. This and the Leo angle. Just a little bit. It's getting thin, though. It is. It's getting mighty thin. That's a pretty shitty wall. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. At least it was honest. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. There you go, Leo. Good luck.